Well, this is my final broadcast of the campaign, as the results are just about all in. And what I wanted to do was to give a message of thanks and congratulations to the 5,000. That's the 5,000 Alba members who've rallied to the Saltire standard over the last few weeks, who've joined this new party and have helped us fight an invigorating and determined election campaign. I want to thank also the 32 candidates, the people who've carried that standard during the campaign, 18 women, 14 men. You're all exceptional people. It's been a great privilege to lead the party through this first ever election for Alba as the representatives of the 5,000, appealing to the people in Scotland. I want to trace directly the results that we've had. Obviously not what we were hoping for. We were hoping for a parliamentary breakthrough. But I think we've achieved, if not that parliamentary breakthrough in the Scots Parliament, we have achieved a political breakthrough. That is to say, we have a political bridgehead, if not the parliamentary one. And what is that political bridgehead? We've established Alba as a political party determined and resolved on the immediacy, the requirement for Scottish independence. We're sitting there on the SNP's flank as a viable political party to make sure that the case for independence is now progressed with urgency. The SNP have won another tremendous victory in this election. But is anything really going to change? Well, we'll see. We'll urge Nicola Sturgeon on. We congratulate her on that victory. But we want to see action on independence. The sort of action we haven't had in the last few years, and which has to happen now, because people cannot keep voting for mandates for an independence referendum only to have a prolonged period of delay. Many of the arguments that Alba put forward in this campaign have been vindicated. Sometimes in politics you might not win the election even if you win the argument. We warned that unless something changed, about 1 million SNP votes on the list would be wasted, and that's been piling up, and count after count SNP votes have been piling up, as we saw just a few minutes ago in central Scotland, 144,000 SNP votes on the list electing nobody, and instead of that there are now free Tories and free Labour elected from the central Scotland, despite the SNP topping the poll. Exactly what Alba warned about. And what could have happened, what should have happened, is that some of these votes should have switched to Alba and got that parliamentary bridgehead for us, for the people of Scotland. In contrast, Labour, Tories, in constituencies have been tactically voting. So the SNP didn't win Dunbarton, didn't win Eastwood, because Unionists tactically voted Labour, Liberal, Democrat, Tory, ragtag and bobtail in order to prevent the SNP winning the seat. And the commentators who decried Alba, saying we were trying to game the system by asking for smart voting on the regional list, are they condemning the Labour, Liberal, Tories who've been tactically voting in the constituencies? No, of course they're not. I don't mind the Unionist voters voting smart, voting tactically. What I mind is the SNP leadership sending their troops over the top and piling up 1 million wasted votes. So that argument didn't cut through to the people this time round, but I wonder, will it not stand us in good stead in times to come, now that people know it's demonstrably true? The second big contribution to the campaign has been to bring forward the real independence case, the case for 2021 and beyond, answer the difficult questions on Scotland and Europe, or on borders, on currency, on debt, and on assets, the things that should be there as part of the independence platform. To relate independence to the poverty still widespread in Scotland, what should be done about it, the economic reconstruction that's necessary, to women's rights that have to be protected. Alba has made these contributions in this campaign. And therefore, that is what secures the future of our party. I think Alba will continue, and it will continue, and it will flourish. Our first annual conference in June is going to be a splendid affair. I hope that COVID permitting, and in fact we'll insist, even if we have to delay it, it's going to be a real conference for real people, electing the the leadership and office bearers of Alba under one member, one vote, and setting a direction for the future of our party and I believe for the future of our country. I've been consulting with the Alba candidates today. They're all of great resolve, brave hearts, each and every one of them. And they're going to bring a motion to that conference that Alba should contest the local elections in Scotland next year. It'll be up to the delegates, of course, be up to the membership. But I think we should, because we've got something special to say to Scotland. A new political force, a force to be reckoned with for the future. Alba will be arguing for the immediacy and urgency of independence. Alba will be there as a home for the lost souls of the national movement, the yes campaigners, the people looking for a political voice. That's where Alba's future lies, and I think it's going to be a very rosy future indeed. And in the next year, if not before, then all of Scotland will see Alba rising.